Okay, so it's Thursday and it's another sandbag day. So what I've got lined up today is slightly different. I've got two sandbags, so I've got a second sandbag, so I'm definitely putting my money where my mouth is on this one. So the first sandbag, I reckon it's about 80 kilos. I need to weigh it, I'm not quite sure. The second sandbag, I've actually weighed that one. It's a bit more mobile, so I could take it indoors, and I weighed it indoors. So it comes out at 73 pounds. And also on the go, we've got the farmer's walk, or the two tricep bars loaded with an additional 42 kilos. So what I'm going to do, all trial and error, you know, obviously this is going to develop as time goes by, but I'm going to do heavy sandbag, there and back, shoulder carry light sandbag, probably there and back, but maybe more, I don't know, I'm not sure about that one yet. And finally at the end, so all consecutive, no rest, farmer's walk, there and back. And then there'll be a good rest, so I'm going to put it on a 5-minute timer. So do the three elements back to back, and then rest, and see how it goes. Now that, it might be a bridge too far, we'll see. We'll see, can I see? It looks like it's going to rain as well, so that's not helping things. I'll put my shirt on. Okay, if needs be, I'll find a shirt. Okay. So yeah, that was hard work. I actually added quite a bit of rags to the heavy bag to make it more compact. Could probably do with more actually, but yeah, it was definitely easier to keep it up. So previously I noticed, you know, the bar was going lower and lower and lower. It was hard to keep it up on my chest. But this time it was easier, but it was heavier. The shoulder carry, I thought that would be an absolute doddle, and it wasn't. So I thought that would give me a rest, and it didn't. The farmer's walks, so unlike previously, I didn't think about this. I just I turned round, yeah. So I did the walk and turned round, so I didn't put them down. So that was an advance, I suppose. So previously I'd be put them down, I suppose, to get a few seconds breather. But you know, the whole thing is hard, simple as that. You know, so that was probably the hardest round that I've done so far in all the sandbag work. But it's been offset by quite a good rest. So I reckon it took me about 2 minutes to do the round, and then a 3-minute rest. And I think I need the rest. It's going to be hard to get many rounds of that in. We'll see how it goes. Okay, not bad. So second round did benefit from being a bit more warmed up, I suppose. But still very hard. And I really struggled with shouldering the lighter sandbag. So just getting it. You know, it's a bit crowded up there. I need to think about putting those farmers walks somewhere, you know, farmers implements, maybe around the corner, But you know, obviously it's I don't know, I'll think about it. I'll work something out eventually. But it took me the same 2 minutes anyway. And I looked at the timer. So whether or not the actual walking component I did a bit faster, or I don't know. But it was same 2 minutes. So yeah. So I think I've got it about right. This you know, you need a good rest after that effort. You know, you're not going to pump out those, you know, 3 consecutive walks with those implements in sort of like back to back, non-resting. At least not me at this moment in time anyway. You know, I imagine somebody who's a lot stronger could do it, but not me. I keep saying, you know, the rain's not helping, but it's all part of the fun, I suppose. Least of the problems when you're carrying those things. Okay, get back up there and do round 3. So I've got in my mind 5 rounds. Whether or not 5 rounds transpires, we're gonna have to see. That's for the gods. Okay, 3 rounds, and so hard, really is. Thought that the technicalities seemed to be a little bit better, so I picked up the sandbag to the shoulder a little bit faster, but you know, the sheer effort of it You know, the fatigue is mounting. But let's have another look. So, you know, this is like all the really great stuff in this game. Yeah, it's all hard. There's no attraction in the easy stuff in this game. You know, the harder the better in many ways. Yeah. When it's easy, everything that makes it easier, everything that makes it more comfortable, it's probably a bad idea. You know, I'm sure there must be, exceptions to that. You know, there are certain movements that are very awkward, I suppose, for, I don't know, in terms of mobility. For example, I hate Turkish get-ups. You know, that might be a good reason to do them at some point, but you know, that's something I've never got on with. Yeah, but I think you know, Olympic lifting, that's probably another exception, because it's not the strength it's the technique. So you know, I'm not really counting technique when I'm saying all this. I'm thinking in terms of, you know, the physicality of it all. You know, the raw power and strength, speed and endurance. That's what I'm interested in. You know, the harder, the better in many ways. Yeah. So Everything's against me today. So it's raining, getting worse. Bag fell on the floor, so I had to pick that up. But only one more round, so you know, the psychology of the last round will get me through it. The battery's dying on my iPad, but it doesn't matter. Last round. Pissing it down. But I finished it. I did it, 5 rounds. Oh, get out of this. Yeah, if that wasn't the last round, I would have quit. Simply, oh God, holding on to those farmers at the end. That was a nightmare. But as I say, psychology of the last round. You always get through it. If you got that far, you're going to get through it. But yeah, that was rock hard. Really was. Everything just accumulated. So even with big rest periods, it wasn't enough. Everything's getting piss wet through, but I'm not gonna do much about it. It's absolutely storming it down out there. You probably can't see it, but it is. So what I'm going to do next to finish off, I'm going to do some odds and sods really, which I'm not going to film. Now I did have planned clean and press, but I'm thinking that's poor programming, because yesterday I did a load of pressing. You know, you've not seen yesterday's effort. So yesterday's effort, I'll quickly describe it so you know what I've been through a full week now. So this is the second time round on the Thursday. So I started on the Thursday and it's the second time round on Thursday. So yesterday I did speed squats, 12 sets of 2. So that was 60 kilos and double bands, double yellows. Speed deadlift, that was 100 kilos and a makeshift red band. Speed bench again, close grip, it was 60 kilos and double yellows, same as a squat. But you've got to think on the bench press, there's not as much band tension because the bar doesn't go up high. So the bar is quite close to the floor on bench press if you think about it. Then after that, I gradually worked up the inclines on the bench. So I did 3 sets in every setting, so not speed, so 3 normal sets, on a 3-minute timer. And I think that gave me sort of like 4 sets of 3 at the end. So it was heavily pressing. So I think that that's a flaw in the programming, is that I can't simply do clean and press today. I think that would be probably a bad idea. Yeah. Conceivably I could do swings, but I don't want to go outside, and everything's set up outside for the kettlebell stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I think it's worth doing once a week, is all the little stuff. So I'm going to do calves, grippers, and neck. So I touch on that once a week. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to say bye to you. No doubt about it. That was a hard session. And like all hard sessions, it feels amazingly good when you finish. Really does. I suppose it's a payoff in many ways. The deeper the difficulty, the greater the clarity at the end of it. And you get this tremendous mental clarity, tremendous feeling of well-being. Yeah, could well be just relief. Yeah, thank God that's over. But whatever works, whatever makes you laugh, that's it. So if it takes deep physical effort, straining to the last ounce, to bring a smile to your face, that's what it takes. I'm sure there's some biblical quote that I can't remember. In the sweat of your brow you will see God, or something like that, and I probably mangled that completely. Anyway, yes, it's great. Okay, bye.